We're gonna try this game today. Amelia. Rain never seems to see time of year. It pours from the sky in its unending grief, as if longing for something unseen. Thunder roared in the distance, enough so to make the young woman flinch, but not enough to make her waver. Pendulum clock on the wall swung back and forth, ticking down the time. Amelie. Amelie? She seems to be late. Lilika. Perhaps she is not coming after all. Amelie, there is no need to make such a sullen face. Perhaps this is for the best. Wrote that she would be here, so I shall wait. The Lady Amelie sat upright on the lounge, but rested by the entryway. Her back was straight and her head was level. Do you truly believe it's safe to have visitors during the outbreak? Lilika, I believe we have been isolated long enough. And Sofia has written that it is safe. I trust her word. It would not endanger us. And if your penpal turns out to be a robber in disguise, what then? Amelie smiled. It is a way with words that only a woman could have. A lady robber them? Nonsense. By the way, Lilika, have you seen my letters? I can't say that I have. A knock sounded at the door, instantly halting. Rose from her place. Betty stepped forward before Lilika raised a hand to her. Allow me. The door groaned as it slid open and revealed the young woman who knocked, drenched from head to toe. Amelie, sorry if I'm saying this wrong, stood stock still, unsure what to say. That only lasted a moment before the woman at the door bounded forward and wrapped her arms around. Amelie, Sofia, blinked before finally allowing her arms to wrap back. But my, you're completely drenched. Did you get your umbrella? Or perhaps her umbrella got carried away by the wind. Lilika pushed the door shut, sealing the building. I didn't even think to bring an umbrella. The forecast said sunny all day. My fault for believing it, I guess. Can't believe you. Here. Me either. About time, right? You're just as pretty as and you too, but what are you wearing? Seeing your house, I feel like I should have dressed up a little more. No, perhaps it is that it is I that is over. Lilika stood to the side, arms crossed slightly over her chest. Her long hair reached down nearly to the wooden floor. Pardon my manners, my dear friend. Lilika is here too. I believe I wrote about her in the past. All your letters safe, don't worry. As you should. Sorry, but is there any chance you have a towel? Of course, my apologies. I would usually have someone here to attend to us, but everyone's been sent home. Only the three of us remain. Let me fetch you a towel. Lily knew not to run, yet a part of her felt the need to almost skip joy. Or skip in joy. They wanted desperately to be back by Sofia's side, chatting about everything that they had missed in their letters. They all had been pen pals for as long as she remembered. Sofia's letter had first been delivered to the manor by mistake, but for some reason Amelie had felt compelled to reply. Since then, the two had been the best of friends, even having not met face to face. To finally meet now in the flesh had certainly been of great excitement to Amelie. We retrieved the towel and made our way back to Sophia's side. Like Lilika stood distance away from her, still looking vaguely unhappy. Sofia spun around and a look of surprise on her face when she saw Amelie. Sofia? Oh, Amelie, please. Thanks, I'll bring an umbrella next time, I promise. Sofia lightly tied her hair and clothing, drying off from the rain, found herself caught in. Then, if you're now dried off, would you care for a tour of the house before afternoon tea? That sounds great. Amelie, on your right is a pantry, and down that hall is a boiler room, but you shouldn't have any need for those spaces. They walked side by side with Lilika trailing slightly behind. Amelie, these are all the guest bedrooms. I have prepared this one for your. Find anything not to your standards. I can let myself or Lilika know. Sophia, Amelie, I have a feeling your standards are much higher than mine. I've never been in a house like that looks like this before. Or looks like this. No, is your home not similar? Well, it's a lot smaller. There's no shame in that. You own your own property, yes? Yeah, I recently bought it. With your husband? What? No, of course not. I'm not married. Your father allowed you to buy a property on your own? Haha, Amelia, you speak just like how you write. I'm so surprised. And you speak quite casually. People usually say that about me. Being here around you makes me want to be more formal. What need is there of formality between friends? Sophia, that's true too. Amelie, ah, this is the morning room and next door to the dining room. We're having afternoon tea in the sitting room here. So many rooms. Upstairs is my bedroom, the master bedroom. I must ask that you don't enter the master bedroom as it belongs to my parents who are currently away. Of course, I won't go poking around anyway. All this walking has made me parched. Shall we take afternoon tea now? Sure, that sounds good. Amelie, why don't you have a seat while Lilika and I prepare our food? Sofia, oh, I can come help. Nonsense, you're my guest. It would be remiss of me to allow you to lift a finger. If you insist, but I'm happy to help any time. Thank you. We'll be back soon. Please rest. Amelie? Yes. It's nothing. Take your time. Sophia slipped through the doorway and disappeared. Amelie smiled gently, feeling giddy from the bottom of her stomach. Wasn't this lovely, Lilika? Yeah, Lilika. To have a new face in the house, it feels like forever. Yes, how lovely. I'm glad you're having fun at the very least. Amelie, are you not? Lilika. I'm always having fun when we're together, Amelie. Ah, I see. Are you jealous? Why not, my dear friend? Of course, our friendship means just as much to me. I value you greatly. Just as much? Indeed. Come along. Let us prepare tea. Did you finish the baking yesterday? Pastries are ready for serving. Amelie. Excellent. I'll just fetch the tea then. Like, allow me a lady of your standards shouldn't such a menial task, should she? Amelie, don't be absurd. We've been Sophia herself since we. And do you hear how she jumped to help? Amelia, I should follow in her footsteps. Lilika, what would your parents think of that? I appreciate the sentiment, but they took with them all of the staff. I have little choice but to prepare my own tea. Lilika, I see. Then I shall attend to our guests. I wouldn't want her to become lonely. Really, would you only be a few moments? Of course, anything for you. Amelie, it would be a good chance for you to be friends too. I'm sure it will be. Lilika left the kitchen with slow, deliberate steps and moved back to the kitchen. I wonder what for. Let's try green tea. Green tea would be my first choice. For Sofia there. I achieved her finest teapot and 3 matching cups. Pink flowers blossomed over the white surface. Something about it reminded her of Sophia. Amelie, I'm back. Ah, Amelie, Sophia. Oh, Amelie. I'm sorry, you scared me. Is everything alright? Yes, I think I'm just a little tired. Good, I'm sorry for the delay, but I've prepared the tea and the pastries. So this is what a high tea will come later. This is just simply. Will Lilika be joining us? I believe so. Was she here a moment ago? No, she wasn't here. How strange. She told me she was coming to sit with you. Perhaps she's gotten herself busy. We wait. There's no need. It would be sad to let the tea. Amelie poured tea into the 2 cups, slowly copying the movements she'd seen Lilika do it and time and time again. You have much trouble getting here? A little. My ride broke down, so I had to walk for it. Broke down? Ah, extremely sorry. If the staff had been here. Sophia, it's okay. It's just a little rain. Amelie, I just wouldn't want you to catch a fever. Medicine store has been running low of late. No worries. I usually carry ibuprofen. Amelie, ibuprofen? I haven't heard of it. Anyway, I'm glad you arrived here safely. I'll draw a bath for you later to make sure you're warmed up properly. Sophia, thank you. Amelie sipped her tea before looking down at it with a expression. Oh, still, I'll ask my father to procure a new batch one. Sofia, where are your parents, by the way? Amelia, well, we were separated due to the plague. They took the staff to wait until a cure is found and left me here. Lilika, as to not catch the. Right, I understand. I spent a lot of time surviving the pandemic too. It warms my heart to find another thing in common with you. Amelia, I was surprised to hear that it's safe enough for you to visit. Perhaps this. I think so. The world seems to be opening back up again. So what? Locked up in this big house. Well, I usually spend my time sewing or playing music. I used to write, but yeah, but well, my parents wondered if it was fun enough. Sophia, I don't really think that matters. If you enjoy it, then I say you should do it. Amelie, Sophia, what about you? Sophia, I'm studying the art university right now, so I guess that's what I spend most. Amelie, you attend university? Yeah, although I'm thinking about dropping out. Amelie, yeah, you truly are filled with prizes. You own your own land and school. How jealous I am. Why don't you do the same? Oh no, I'm not allowed. Of course you are. Anyone can attend within reason. Amelie, but well, get in the way of my marriage. You're engaged? Amelia shook her head. No, not yet, but I'm already 19. I'm sure my father has prepared my dowry. An arranged marriage? Yes, naturally. I don't think I'll ever get married. Really? Doesn't your family object? Yeah, I don't think they really mind as long as I'm happy. You don't have to either, you know. Amelie, you've given me much to think about. Much indeed. Amelie, no, I wonder where Lilika has disappeared to. Well, it's no matter. The evening is already coming, and soon it will be dark. Shall I draw you a bath? Well, sounds wonderful, to be honest. I'm hungry. I'm not hungry, so we can skip dinner tonight. Amelia, of course, if that's what you wish, let me show you to the bathroom. Amelie, you may not believe it. My father had taps installed. Isn't that wonderful? Sophia, like taps for a bath? That's right. We used to have our maids fill the bath, but now there's no need. Sophia, Amelie, you're so strange. I have taps in my house too. Amelie, truly? You must live quite the lavish lifestyle yourself. I don't know about that. Amelie, this is the bathroom. Allow me to draw a bath for you. One moment. With haste, Amelie entered the room and began to fill the coppered bath. It sat in the middle of the spacious bathroom. It was something Amelie was particularly proud of. She smiled as it filled before rejoining her company. Amelie, feel free to go inside and make yourself comfortable. I will return with a towel in a moment. Sophia, thanks, Amelie. She disappeared inside the room, leaving Amelie alone in the hall. Amelie, I should light the sconces too. Where did I put those matches? Right, Lilika. Right here. Ah! You gave me a fright. Lilika, where have you been? Preparing the guest room for your dear friend, of course. How kind. Sophia's just preparing for a bath. Present. I'm going to retrieve a towel for her from the linen closet. Lilika. Amelia, I think it's best you send her home post haste. Amelia, what? Why would I do that? Lilika, for all you know, she brings with her the plague. Sophia says it's now safe to travel. She believes her father and mother will be returning soon. I believe it's perfectly. Lilika, and what if she lies? Wouldn't do that. Sophia is a kind and good-natured person. She would not bring any danger to us. Anyway, did you know that Sophia attends a local university and she lives by herself with no husband? She says that if I wanted, I could also study. Lilika, the lady of the house should not study. Amelie, you must stay inside the house and wait your parents. Amelie, but I'm sure mother would want best for me. Perhaps while I wait her, I could go to inspect Sophia's school. Lilika, Amelie, you must stay inside and wait your parents' return. Amelie, but don't you trust me? Have I tried to lead you astray? No, Lilika. I was just thinking that perhaps it truly is beginning to be safe. Look, I have brought today's newspaper. Did you see the title? The plague runs rampant. Lilika, put any notion of leaving or studying away for now. Yes, as soon as it's truly safe to do so, then we shall, and you'll be reunited with your family. Lilika, for now it is just you and me. Thanks, Lilika. I'm glad you're here. As am I. And the towel? Let me go retrieve it. Lilika, go ahead. The linen cupboard was filled with various towels and beddings, all clean and properly folded thanks to Lilika, which would suit. This one. It reminds me of her eyes. With her chosen towel in hand, Amelie returned to the bathroom door where Lilika awaited her. She first knocked at the door and then there was no reply. She opened it carefully. The sound of the tap running still came from inside. Amelie, excuse me, I'm coming in. Sofia, I knocked but didn't hear a reply. I brought you a towel. Sofia, Amelie. When we first saw a slender marble-like back, then she noticed the blue hair that fell on those bare shoulders, one side tucked carefully behind her ear. Oh, Sofia, please forgive me. I didn't realize you had already entered the bath. No, it's okay. I'm sorry. You just surprised me. I'll leave the towel over here. Thanks. Amelie. Tell her that she must depart. Amelie. No, It's something the matter. Are you feeling unwell? Your face is bright red. Sofia will stay until she decides to leave. Lilika, as you wish. I'm sorry, Lilika, but the image of that small and beautiful back filled up Amelia's mind. Amelia, I believe it's only fair after she traveled so far and she's my friend. I'll finish preparing the guest room. Let me help. Sofia, when you are done in there, you can come to your room. From the other side of the door, Sofia's voice came in return. Okay, thanks, Amelie. This is so cute. The guest bedroom was freshly cleaned, new linen on the bed, and a lit lantern beside it. Amelie, you did a fine job of preparing the room so far. Thank you, Lilika. Anything for you. Amelia, I was thinking tomorrow, if the rain was cleared up, we could open the greenhouse again and have morning tea there. It's been so long since we last used it. Lilika, didn't we already speak of this? You cannot leave the house. Amelia, but surely the greenhouse would be safe. No one else uses it, and it's only a few steps from the back door. Lilika, it is unsafe. You know this. What's gotten into you? Lilika, it's because of your friend? Amelia, just thought it would be nice to at least sit in the sun. Lilika, then you may sit by the window in the dining hall. Is it really so unsafe that even taking a foot outdoors would be dangerous? Yes. Amelia, Sophia, I see you're done with the bath. Amelia shook her head, trying to remove the image that was still plastered to it. Were you talking about the greenhouse? Amelia, yes. Did you see it when you arrived? I did, but it looked as if the plants inside had died. Amelia, oh, that's impossible. It's barely been any time at all since the gardeners left. I'm sure the plants inside are more dirty than that. Well, even if they had have died, maybe we could go in and replant some things tomorrow? So, Amelia, how wonderful. Lilika, have you not heard a word said? It is unsafe to do so. Sophia, oh. Amelia, oh, don't be such a spoilsport. I think it would be perfectly fine. Lilika, well, it's getting late now, so I'll leave you to retire. If you need anything, my room is just upstairs on the left. Lilika, good night, Sophia. Lilika left first. The door, which was still hanging slightly open, shifted as she went. Sophia, Amelia, would you stay for a while? Amelia, is something the matter? Just a little homesick. Sophia sunk into the bed, sighing as her head hit the pillow. Amelia, of course. Why don't we chat for a while? Sophia, then come join me. Sophia gently pet the spot beside her in the bed. Amelia, in the bed? Ah, okay. The bed was still rather firm, unused by many guests. Amelia took a deep breath to calm her racing heart before she finally looked towards Sophia. Sophia, thanks for staying with me for a while. Amelia, it's nothing to worry about. Truly, I wanted to spend more time with you too. Sophia, really? You didn't find me bored? You don't find me boring? Amelia, you are the most interesting person I've ever met. Sophia, don't be silly. Amelia, I'm being completely honest. You truly are so unique. Sophia, I think the same about you. Sophia, I've never met anyone like you, really. Amelia, you wrote so much about yourself, and yet seeing you in person, I fear there is still so much I don't know. Yeah, there's plenty of time for us to tell each other everything. Amelia, then tell me something about yourself, something you've never told anyone. Sophia, I'm partly blind in my right eye. Amelia, really? How well can you see? Sophia, it's okay, just a little blurry, really. You tell me something. Amelia, well, when I was 12, I stole a cookie jar from the kitchen and blamed my brother. He was scolded for hours. Sophia, what a mischievous child. I'm sure your brother wasn't all too pleased. Actually, it was his idea. He knew I wanted it and told me to tell my parents it was him if I was asked. What a good brother. Where is he now? Did he go away with your parents? Amelia shook her head. He died when he was 16. Oh, I'm so sorry, Amelie. What happened? Scarlet fever, so my family was left with only me as an heir. And what worth is a female heir? Sophia, you're worth plenty, more than plenty. Amelia, thank you, Sophia, but some days I'm unsure. It's your turn again. Truthfully, I said before I didn't want to get married, but that's not exactly right. I do. Amelie, oh, I just don't want a husband. Amelie, then I'm sorry, does it make you uncomfortable? No. Wait, I have also thought that I don't want a husband. Whenever my father has brought it up, I've felt sick to my stomach. Sylvia, how about coming away with me for a while? Away? Outside of the house? What about the sickness? It's okay now, you'll be okay. So you could come stay at my house. I could show you around my school. You don't have to go through an arranged marriage if you don't want to. Amelia, you would do that for me? You are my dearest friend, and I actually... Sofia. Lilika? At some point the two women had gotten close enough together that they could feel each other's breath on their lips. The two parted with reddened cheeks, Amelia quickly brushing her skirt off and standing up. Amelia, I should be going to bed, please. Rest well. We can talk more about it in the morning, right? Sophia, right. Good night, Amelia. I'll see you tomorrow. Amelia, Lilika, it is late. Retire to your bedroom. Yes, I shall. It's nice having someone else around, isn't it? I feel as if the manor is coming back to life. I hope we see mother and father soon. Okay, I'm sure we will. Shall I see you to bed? Amelie, yes, please. The hallway was darkened with only a few sconces and candles lit along the way. Usually that would fill Amelie with a sense of comfort, but right now the flickering of flames seemed to make her feel distressed. Whether that was because of the way her mind was racing or the way her heart was beating, she didn't know. As she rose up the grand staircase, her eyes lingered on a large stained glass window. The moon shone through the colored glass, leaving a rainbow of colors over the steps. It caught her attention for only a moment before she retired to her bedroom. Amelie, Lilika, may I ask you a question? Certainly. Have you ever heard of a woman loving another woman as a woman would love a man? Lilika, where did you hear about such a thing? Nowhere in particular, it was just a thought that came into my mind. Lilika, I think you are overtired because of all the excitement, Amelie. I think it is best you get some rest. Amelie, yes, alright. Good night, Lilika. Good night, Amelie. Amelie, good morning, Lilika. I was on my way to see if Sofia has awakened yet. Amelie? Lilika, Sofia disappeared during the night. I believe she went to the same place your parents went. What? Amelie, what? That cannot be right. Lilika, don't run, Amelie. Amelie dashed down the hall and knocked quickly on the door to the bedroom, which fell open with no resistance. Inside the bed, bedding was disheveled and her luggage was thrown about. Amelie, this is not true. She wouldn't just leave without saying goodbye. Lilika, dearie me, I'm sorry. I told you it was a bad idea for anyone to visit, didn't I? Amelie, oh Liliki, this isn't fair. I thought said we would. Lilika, there, come here. Lilika wrapped her thin arms around the young woman, gently patting her on the back. Lilika, see, you shouldn't depend on anyone else. I'm here. I won't ever leave you. Why do I feel like Lilika is the one that has a crush on her and doesn't want to tell her? Amelie clutched at her back, tears already falling down her face. Lilika, we'll be together forever. Yeah, that doesn't sound creepy at all.